Wuxi City destroys 1 billion epidemic-related data, raising suspicions of evidence destroying. Government officials in economically developed Chinese cities have joined the white paper revolution. Is the government completely out of money? Mainland China's creation of National Defense Mobilization Offices raises suspicion, as Xiamen unveils thousands of air defense shelters. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Wuxi City destroys 1 billion epidemic-related data, raising suspicions of evidence destroying. The current epidemic situation in mainland China is still complex, and there are indications of a second wave of infections. The hospital system throughout the country is almost overcrowded, with the increasing number of patients hospitalized due to illness, which is characterized by a significant increase in fever. Although Chinese Communist Party officials claim that this is a wave of influenza A infections, many residents express disbelief in what the regime says. They confirm that the symptoms, which include dry cough, body aches, and white lungs, are consistent with a second wave of coronavirus infections. In this context, on March 2, the government of Wuxi City in Jiangsu Province made a controversial decision to publicly destroy 1 billion samples of personal information that had previously been collected to control the epidemic. According to mainland media such as the paper and Wuxi Daily, the data was mainly used during the epidemic for nucleic acid screening, contact tracing, prevention of external epidemic, nucleic acid testing for key groups, and other purposes. Personnel from the data center said that professional data destruction software is used to erase data on cloud or server hard drives to ensure that the data cannot be recovered. Officials pointed out that this move reflects the governing philosophy of putting the people at the center, and is also an active exploration of the full life cycle management of data elements. However, some netizens question that the official move is to destroy evidence in order to avoid being discovered by the outside world that the government lied about the epidemic. Following the CCP's decision to abandon its extreme zero-COVID policy at the end of December 2022, there have been reports of skyrocketing numbers of deaths from people infected with the virus, with hospital and outpatient morgues becoming completely filled, with even the ashes of the deceased being piled up on the roadside. The Chinese government has not released the real data, leading to questions from international organizations such as the World Health Organization. In response to this, veteran journalist Mr. Pang Zhong stated, "Recently, the U.S. Department of Energy and the Federal Bureau of Investigation have successively claimed that the CCP virus pandemic may have been caused by a laboratory leak, once again attracting attention to the CCP's hiding of the origin and spread of the epidemic over the past 3 years. The international community hopes to further advance the investigation. The CCP is very afraid of restarting the virus tracing, which makes people think that the international community or domestic people may push for an investigation into the CCP's hiding of the epidemic and death toll in the future. Therefore, the most likely reason for the Wuxi officials to destroy the epidemic-related data is to avoid being discovered as evidence that the CCP lied about the epidemic." Chinese government officials have joined the white paper revolution in developed cities. Is the government completely broke? The economy in mainland China is currently facing difficulties, with not only private enterprises suffering heavy losses, but also government departments and public institutions experiencing serious financial difficulties and being unable to pay salaries. This has led to protests even among civil servants, who have raised white paper in protest. On March 1, Twitter account @JackLee7281 posted a video saying, "Employees of the Taxation Bureau in Zhenjiang City, Jiangsu Province, protest against unpaid wages with white paper." It's really surprising that the richest government agency is also short of money. But it's good to see that the white paper movement is flourishing in the tax authorities. Good job! According to the video, more than 40 people are holding white paper with black writing to protest in front of the Zhenjiang City Taxation Bureau building. Some of them are holding 2 white cloth banners with black letters in front of the building entrance. Zhenjiang City Taxation Bureau owes employees wages, and Zhenjiang City Taxation Bureau Director Yi Hua is doing nothing. Several uniformed personnel are standing in front of the building, and the protesters only express their protest silently. Many netizens expressed surprise. It's really strange that the tax collectors don't have money to pay wages. It seems that there are big financial problems at the local level. It's dizzying. What's going on? These people can't even get paid? The tax collectors don't have money to pay wages. The black hole of local finance is spreading. On March 1st, a Twitter account at my77493543 posted a tweet saying, "Even the Communist Party's dear child, China Post, has joined the ranks of wage demands." In the video, more than 10 uniformed employees stood in front of a building with two signs hanging on the door, both of which read China Post Group Harbin City Branch. In the cold weather, these people held a large white cloth banner with black letters that read, "China Post owes us money and doesn't pay. Unreasonable salary cuts are unacceptable. God will not tolerate it." According to the Sound of Hope, Zhenjiang is an important city in the Yangtze River Delta and Nanjing metropolitan area, known for its port and commercial trade center. The tax bureau is in charge of collecting taxes, whereas China Post is a state-owned enterprise that receives government subsidies. It is truly shocking that these two departments fail to pay their employees' wages. Another citizen said, "How far away are we from the complete explosion of this high-pressure cooker under the rule of the CCP?" As the saying goes, today's suffering and tears are the result of yesterday's praise and silence. It must be corruption. They've distributed far too much to the outside. According to the Sound of Hope, political and economic observers, as well as the founder of Outpost Prediction, believe that when the CCP's police and other stability maintenance departments are unable to pay their employees, the CCP is on the verge of disintegrating. The establishment of National Defense Mobilization Offices in China raises suspicion, as Xiamen unveils thousands of air defense shelters. According to Xiamen Net, on March 1st, the Civil Defense Mobilization Office of Xiamen, Fujian Province in China, launched a smartphone platform called Civil Defense Navigation that shows over 1,000 air defense shelters throughout the city. During wartime, the platform will provide real-time information to users to help prevent enemy air raids and evacuate people during major disasters. It also includes functions such as civil defense maps, warning notifications, on-site reporting, and civil defense education, allowing users to navigate the nearest air defense shelter, view surrounding conditions, and check population distribution. Lu Jiming, deputy director of the Civil Defense Mobilization Office of Xiamen, stated that the system can currently provide 859 emergency shelters and 861 convenient service locations for the public. Additionally, according to a report by Tsingtao Global on February 28, after the 20th, the CCP National Congress proposed improving the National Defense Mobilization System. Provinces and cities have established National Defense Mobilization Offices to strengthen national defense mobilization and reserve force construction. The report stated that the Shanghai National Defense Mobilization Office held a plaque unveiling ceremony on February 20th. The Fujian Provincial National Defense Mobilization Office was the first to be established on December 15 last year. In just 2 months, 9 prefecture-level cities and 83 counties in Fujian Province have all established National Defense Mobilization Offices. On February 3, Twitter account Li Jun posted a tweet saying the Chinese Communist Party is fully preparing for war. Mysterious units are being set up everywhere. The content shows that many provinces and cities at all levels in China have recently established National Defense Mobilization Offices, which apparently is an important layout for gathering all efforts towards war. It also pointed out that the keyword war appeared 90 times in the above-mentioned news report, and another important keyword is war-type national defense mobilization. Mainland netizens have been actively debating on social media about the Chinese government's massive preparations, with some claiming that external problems are a hoax and that the real crisis lies within the country. Some internet users question this. Dogs that bark don't bite. Do you still believe that the Communist Party would wage war and attack Taiwan? The external threat is a mirage, the internal threat is real. With a huge fiscal deficit, where's the money to fight a war? Moreover, can they win against the US? This is probably just preparing for domestic unrest. It seems that a domestic crisis is imminent. Other netizens commented, the war project is great. It requires money, power, and personnel. The more departments they establish, the more military supplies they can sell without limit. The emperor's favor is boundless. Digging their own graves. They should send the communist officials and members to the front lines first. It's only one step away from destruction. Meanwhile, current affairs commentator Jiang Feng analyzed on a self-media program on the 23rd that this type of organization in the Communist Party has enormous power. Although the CCP is intensifying its preparations for war, China is currently in great turmoil, and the people are constantly being pushed into a dead end. The internal power struggles among the top leaders of the Communist Party are becoming increasingly intense. There are too many unstable factors in the upcoming 2 sessions, and the situation is unpredictable. The collapse of the Communist Party may come overnight. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.